Hello. Um, yeah, this is a late one today because I fell asleep on the sofa. Kinda. I mean, to be fair, I was watching a video beforehand. I've been rewatching A Very Peculiar Practice. Did I tell you? I can't remember. I told you. I've been rewatching A Very Peculiar Practice. It's very good. You should check it out. Um, so yeah, and then I did kind of clock out on the sofa a little bit. So, so I'm tired, but not tired. But I probably will record this and then, motion towards the bedroom and, get something resembling an early. Although every time I do get an early night, I end up waking up before my alarm goes off. What's that about? Does anyone else do that? Seriously, I'm asking. Does anyone else get up before their alarm when they go to bed at what could be considered a reasonable early time? It's very annoying. So yeah, that's yeah. Not much to report about on the work front. Life is okay. I was working in the cold room again, but I don't know if I told you. So yesterday, the guy I was working with came in and said, "Oh, you're glad you're not out there." They've had to do the whole lot all over again. Basically, a whole pallet got mislabeled. The whole lot. They didn't have the right things on it. So, I may be cold, but at least I haven't got to redo my work. And besides, I can wrap up warm it on several layers. If necessary, I'll even wear my snood. Have you seen my snood? My snood is awesome. My snood is very yes. Or you just wear it kind of just loose down here. But yeah, either way, it's all good. I've got a bit of a headache. I honestly don't know how much of that is through tiredness. Working in the cold. I've worked in the cold before. I've worked in the cold and rain, so I'm not really complaining that much because at least I'm not wet. Or the fact that the room I'm working in is noisy for a start, so it's cold and noisy. But the reason it's noisy is because the extractor fans, because it's the flame room basically. It's the one with the flammable solvents. And it, like I said, it's cool and it is the vents are on, and so it doesn't smell that bad except when we're freshly filling up the bottles, because most have been stickering, but then we had to fill up a few bottles, so I was putting the lids on. So when they're open, you've got the smell of the solvent. But excuse me, generally speaking, I can't really smell the smell. So I don't know. I mean, it could be because of my toothache. Because I did have my cake and ice cream. I said, screw it, I'm having cake and ice cream because I'm an adult. So it's tired, cold, smelly environment, but not overly smelly, Toothache. Yeah. I really shouldn't be surprised I've got a headache, should I? Okay, I'm going to take this off now. It's gone. Magic. So, I don't know. I mean, the whole situation with the chairs seems to be... the whole situation with the chairs seems to be kind of sorted itself out. One of the guys is, he sometimes sits on a different seat, and one of the other guys barely comes up. So it's basically, she might sort of try and growl at me a little bit, but yeah, I'm not. So long as I've got somewhere to sit me bum, and the other guys, because there's like a table with 3 chairs around it, and there's usually a spare chair, and I don't like sitting with my back to the room. It's just a thing. But one of the guys, when he's eating his food, he prefers, because the table's here, so you either go sort of sitting sideways to it like this, or you can, face it. And I think when he's having his hot food, he prefers facing the table square on, so he can put his thing down. Because I just have sandwiches, so I can just pick them up and just eat them with my coffee. Whereas if you're having your hot food, you kind of want to be facing it. So it's all good. Oh, I was actually getting Raz today as well, because he was looking at my sandwich, because I had a pre-packaged sandwich from Boots, because it was 50p, and I bought a whole bunch of them on Friday, and he was looking at the packet and going, so it took me a while because I was playing a game. He was talking about 7th December, and they were like, "Oh, you're talking to about me? Yeah, it was 50p. It's only a chicken sandwich. It wasn't like." And they were like, "You're eating it's a week out of date, so it's been in the fridge. It's fine." So yeah, I'm getting bants. So that's usually a good sign, you know, people getting on with it. Spoke to the boss, my house boss today, and because I mentioned that my P45 from my other place has come through. So I was like, well, hopefully that will help with me get my tax straight. Although the rebate's building up quite nicely. So yeah, so I'm doing alright. I'm not like, you know, because obviously getting my P45 from the agency, well, the essentials, kind of means that I guess I'm technically off their books now. I mean, I guess I could call them up and say, hey, things went to shit. Can I sign back up? But at the moment, I said to her, well, I'm doing alright. And I said, yeah. So things are going well at the moment. Things are good, I guess, which is why the updates are boring. But we're nearly there. We are at the midpoint of December, which means we are on last. It's all downhill. It's all downhill. Well, almost the midpoint. It's 13th, isn't it? 31 days. So 17th is the 16th, 17th is the midpoint. Yeah, it'll be 16. So the weekend, the midpoint, and then that's it. 2 weeks, and then the year's over. And I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about on the final day. Meanwhile, let's see what today's question is, shall we? So few pages left. I'm going to be quite emotional when I finish this. Maybe. I'm also probably a little bit relieved because it is kind of a thing. Oh, if you had the ability to time travel, what time would you visit and what would you do? See, I feel like this is covered in previous questions, like what era would you live in? So straight off the bat, I'm not doing the Hitler paradox, okay? I know enough about war and war history to know that actually killing Hitler isn't a good thing socially. I mean, yes, it's a good thing for the people of that time, but long term, you know, bringing it forward, all the social changes and things it brought forth, and technology. Yeah, war creates innovation. And, you know, there was still unrest in Germany after World War One, so if it hadn't have been Hitler, it would have been someone else. I mean, he had the people around him were just as psychopathic and crazy as he was. So we could have ended up with someone worse. So not killing Hitler, because it's a cliche thing to say to do, and you know, if you know your social history, it's not actually a good plan either. So, what would I do? Well, as previously mentioned, I wouldn't mind visiting the 30s. You know, going to the jazz era. You know, being among the well-to-do flappers and all that. That'd be quite fun. Go to a proper spiffing jolly good party. I'd probably have to go places where there aren't, you know, because it's always the thing. Oh, you want to go, you know, witness sign of the Declaration, you know, witness the birth of Christ or whatever, you know, like all these things. But you don't want to be at the famous things because you don't want to necessarily interfere. For good or ill, you know. So I don't know. I guess it'd be kind of cool to go back to where my parents met. Obviously not interfere because that's dangerous and I want to disappear. But that'd be kind of cute, I guess. Actually, you know what I've always kind of thought would be kind of cool is I'd like to time travel back to, you know, obviously various different points depending on when they are, but I'd like to see shows and musicals with casts that I didn't get to see. Either like a recent couple of years because I didn't have the money, or like way back. You know, I never got to see Starlight Express. I wouldn't mind seeing Blood Brothers with Stephanie again. You know, just different shows. Plus, you know, I have technology now that in the 80s, for example, didn't exist. So everyone else is being checked for their whacking great big cameras and you know, bricks of video cams and stuff, and I've just got this small black thing that I can slip in my pocket that they won't even bother checking, and I'd have to turn the screen off or something. But yeah, you could quietly film away as well, can you? So yeah, the idea of going to shows and playing musicals and concerts, that I suppose with that you'd also have to have the money and some kind of actual travelling means to get to places. But yeah, I would be a culture tourist. I think I would, yeah, see shows that I haven't seen before or couldn't see, you know, the cast I wanted, and do that. Yeah, no, I like that. That's an idea that's been nursing at the back of my head for a while. Yeah, I'd go around trolling theatres and seeing shows and maybe taking sneaky recordings, because you know, better technology today than they had then. And yeah, I mean, I never see. I think Avenue Q's still playing, so it'll be massive. But you know, just all those ones that aren't playing anymore, or you know, went back in their original runs, or just go again a couple more times for ones I couldn't see as often as I would have liked. Or you know, again like a concert or something. White City was supposed to be a crazy concert. Probably won't be able to get a ticket for that. But yeah, just that's what I'd do. I'd go see shows and concerts and plays and musicals or what have you that I wasn't able to see at the time. And being a time traveler, my money's probably my money will probably stretch further as well. So yeah, I'd be a cultural tourist. I'd see things I'd missed before. And feel free to add comments about what you would want to do. So yeah, okay. There's my answer to that one. Cool. I'm babbling. I'm gonna go to bed. All right. If you have been, thanks for watching. You're awesome. Like, comment, subscribe, because I don't normally say that, but you know, I should. I don't. You know, I need more people to subscribe. I'm on 57 at the moment. It'd be nice to hit 60 by the end of the year. All right. I'm gonna go now. I've been Michelle. You've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.